What's going on, guys? Peety here. This is going to be the final version of my officer walkthrough video, and these are all of the officers I haven't talked about so far. They're a little interesting, so we'll try to work through these together. So, starting off, Dwight Eisenhower. So this guy, he's $40, and he gives you plus 50 morale to all available units, and then with that, if your units become jubilant, meaning they haven't been killed, they're not getting shot at, and they have high morale, they basically get a bunch of bonuses, plus 15% across the board. So the question is this guy worth it? I personally haven't used him. I wouldn't know to be sure. I want to say yes, but for $40 price tag, I mean, if you can keep all of your guys happy, I guess, and use all the morale boosts throughout the game, then yeah, this is definitely worth it. But that's up to you. Up to you to decide. Typically, I only go jubilant whenever I'm like attacking rebels or something like that and not getting hit back. But if you can find out a way to mitigate that risk and be able to capitalize on this, it'd be pretty solid. Now, moving along, we have applicable to all ground units. We have a food, ammo, and fuel max. And then bonus to troop refill speed and discount to troop refill cost for $10. For this guy, I'm going to leave this one up to you. I personally wouldn't pick him up. I think there's better officers to run, and you only have 5 slots. Moving along, we have Abrams, this cool officer portrait dude. Anytime your units are in an enemy territory, so whenever you're attacking, you'll get plus 10% on all units. So this is actually pretty solid here. Move speed as well. It'd be a little quicker. This guy is expensive at $40, but if you can shell out the money, this guy would be pretty good for offensive attacks. Georgie. So this guy is applicable to all units when defending your territories or allies. You get a defense buff. You also get some production buffs, and I believe it goes down below and talks a little bit more, maybe rubber. I don't have the screenshot of the full bonuses on this one. But let's just say that it's fortune and iron, plus 25%, plus 15%. $40. It would be up to you if you guys want to run. That's a lot of money to drop, but some of you guys are rich, so me personally, I wouldn't be using this guy, but it's up to you. We got Omar here. He gives a bunch of bonuses to the infantry and mobilized infantry. I don't think it's worth your time with this guy, despite being $10. We got Robert here with the Commandos. He gives a big bonus to the Commandos, and if you guys don't know, Commandos are primarily used for scouting, and some people also include them in their armies to mess up M40s while they're on the ground. You kind of get them behind enemy lines, and they can start doing heavy damage to vehicles. So that's pretty cool. He's got a big sight bonus as well. $20 if you run Commandos, I'd recommend this guy. If you don't, then I'd just say stay clear. Now we have Recon Jeeps. I don't know why. I haven't seen anybody run Recon Jeeps before in a late game setting, but this guy is there. We have George Marshall. He gives you a reconstruction durability and then a high 75% repair rate. I was thinking about this guy, and I don't think the repair rate would really benefit. I mean, maybe early game. Early game, definitely, it would help out if you're getting pushed by light tanks just by one person. But aside from that, I don't really see the benefit. I know a lot of people do have this because I've seen his portrait, but to me, I don't think it would be worth it, even for the $10. Theodore Schroer, this guy is amazing. That attack range on turrets and sniper towers makes your turrets and sniper towers unkiteable. People have to take the damage whenever they're fighting them. And if someone's pushing your city and you placed all of your sniper towers correctly, they're going to be taking a lot of damage from a lot of places. That bonus HP is pretty solid too. And this guy's only $10, so I highly recommend this guy. Alexander, This dude gives a plus 50% versus aircraft buff. $10 for this guy. This one is really I'm neutral on, because most of the time when people push your base late game, they're gonna have their gigs fly above your turrets and soak up all that damage. And with this, I'm pretty sure they can still soak it up. They might have to drop a heal, but they're still gonna take your base. So okay, I'm gonna leave this one to you guys. I personally don't own him, and I won't, but he could be worth it. Winston Churchill, he has another plus 30% versus aircraft on turrets. He's got some fortune, oil production, and then I believe he has rubber below those bonuses. Can't see it though. But just for that oil production, well, I would say that that'd be very cool to have, as oil is super scarce on the map. But $40, man, that's you got to open up the wallet a bit to get that. I would personally say he's not worth it. We have this guy. He gives buffs to sniper towers and turrets. Here you're just looking at vehicle, infantry, HP, and sight. I say he is a no-go. Do not buy. Do not buy. Next we have Maurice. Applicable to buildings, he gives you HP and sight. And then you get a bonus to load speed, loading up in the Army base, Naval base, Air Force base. I say he's not worth it. $10 to be able to load 50% faster, so load in a minute instead of 2 minutes. I don't think that's worth it. Albert, applicable to cities. He's got good population growth, fortune. At the bottom, applicable to infantry, commandos, howitzers, bofers, flak. Looks like he gives 15% to all of those, and it cuts off there. If you see this, it's worth investigating, because plus 15% to flak is pretty solid. I don't see flak 41 though. I just see flak 36. So I don't. There's not enough information here for me to make a call on Albert, especially for $40. But take a look at him. He might be pretty solid. And finally, we have Vasily. So this guy has extra defense against assault guns and strat bombers, which plus 200 really isn't that much. Early it is, but early it's not going to be plus 200. Early it'll be plus like 100. And then versus vehicle versus aircraft plus 40%. I think if you stacked up all of the turrets with the versus aircraft damage and you had all these dudes sitting in reserve, which would cost you like almost $100, that might actually be pretty solid. You might be able to surprise some people and shoot down some gigs when they attack you. But other than that, if you just use these guys single, 40% really isn't much, because gigs, they'll survive that whole thing and heal through it, and it'll be no big deal. But yeah, so that's it. We concluded all the officers. This is the last officer video. So hit the like, subscribe if you want to see more. I think I'm going to go back to tips and tricks since I finished this series. So stay tuned for tips and tricks 3. I know you guys liked 2. That's my most watched video so far. So appreciate you guys watching with me, man, and hanging with me. And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.